This prison has a very unique rule. All inmates are not allowed to wear shoes, while the guards wear thick, electric-proof boots. Even more strangely, the guards don't carry weapons. Just as the prisoners were confused, the guards pulled a remote control from their waistbands, pressed a button, and a powerful electric current surged through the floor. While the shock isn't deadly, it's painful enough. To manage nearly 5,000 inmates, only 50 guards are needed. After the head guard's speech, the prisoners were quickly taken to change into their special prison uniforms. It looked like a prison, but in reality, it was a giant factory. Many people had been falsely accused and imprisoned here, forced to work up to 6 hours a day. Each workshop had one inmate as the supervisor, who was responsible for everything. While the guards occasionally patrolled the new arrivals, they rarely interfered otherwise. To encourage production, the prison conducted weekly assessments of each workshop. Only the top-ranked workshop would receive rewards, while the others faced electric shock punishment. To avoid punishment, all the inmates had to maintain high productivity, never wasting a single moment. The supervisor constantly urged Andor to speed up his learning, hoping he could master the workshop's production process within an hour. After a day's work, the prisoners returned to their cramped dorms, no larger than 3 square meters. The space was tight, and personal items could only be placed on the walls. Meals were sent through pipes 3 times a day. Each meal seemed randomly prepared, but the taste was unbearable. Only the top-ranked workshop had a chance to receive better food. The prisoners' sentences were displayed on screens, and the shrinking time served as motivation to survive. But strangely, last month, the prison had re-evaluated sentences, and everyone's sentence was doubled. People discussed the change, but there were no answers. Soon, the supervisor harshly stopped their discussion, warning them not to let the guards hear, or the consequences would be unimaginable. At that moment, the loudspeaker announced it was time for lights out. The prisoners had 30 seconds to get back to their beds. If they didn't, the white light on the floor would turn red, and the current would electrocute them to death. Without the prison gates restricting them, they still couldn't escape freely. A new workday began, and when the red light turned back to white, the prisoners could return to the workshop. This prison had 7 floors, built over the sea, with each floor's prisoners separated from each other. The only way they could communicate was through sign language. As Andor kept learning, he gradually mastered the workflow of the workshop. The supervisor urged them to aim for first place, as only the top workshop could avoid punishment. However, just one day before the evaluation, a prisoner, unable to endure the brutal life, chose to commit suicide. Although others knew of his death, they were more concerned with the delay in progress. With one less person, their progress slowed, and they eventually fell to 4th place. Their chances now seemed slim, but Andor had been plotting an escape since the day he arrived. Every time he had a break to go to the bathroom, he would use a saw to cut the water pipes, trying to find a way out. Then the loudspeaker sounded again, announcing the arrival of new prisoners. Andor quickly returned to the workshop, but through this event, he discovered a major flaw in the prison. It turned out that the elevator platform wasn't connected to any wires, so the electric shocks didn't conduct properly. This made him think of a way to escape.